Good afternoon, everybody. We are here with Keith McDougald, the second, I should say,
Yes, sir.
the newest member of the Jacksonville Giants. And so, Keith, you've been with the Jacksonville Giants for 3 games now. You've had a chance to see your minutes grow, see your role with the team grow. Talk to me about that experience and just the first 3 games that you've spent with the Giants.
It's definitely been a growing experience that I've enjoyed. Coming into the first couple of practices, I was just trying to figure out where I could fit in, where I would best, be a puzzle for the team that could just fit perfectly. And over the time, I feel like coaches are getting more confidence in me, and I'm definitely getting to kind of show more of what I can do to help the team get another championship.
And so you are playing combo guard, backup point guard to Maurice Mickens right now. What is it like to join a team mid-season and start to work to be that facilitator on the floor when Maurice isn't on the court with you?
Well, it kind of you kind of have to come in with a lot of energy. You kind of have to match the energy that's already going on mid-season. You want to keep the energy flowing in the right direction, and that's what I tried to do. Coming in, getting in the paint, trying to find where the shooters are, giving them the shots to kind of keep the energy flowing and keep the shots moving.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And so you're a Jacksonville native?
Yep, Jacksonville native, born and raised, Bishop Kennedy High School,
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville University grad, Jacksonville Giant professional player.
So talk to me a little bit about your career with Jacksonville University. I see in the media kit that you scored over 1,000 points playing Jacksonville at the university. You were there, 4 years? How did your game evolve from your freshman year through your senior year?
Well, freshman year I came in as a defensive player and just a shooter. We had a lot of good pieces on that team my freshman year. We beat a couple of nice teams. We beat Florida. We beat Auburn. It was some pretty good wins up on our belt. And as the course of my years at JU, I kind of had the ball in my hand a little bit more, so I was able to kind of score more often and kind of find more of my game that I could find. Like rebounding and getting next, like that offensive board. So yeah, it's definitely been a journey with the scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how about the facilitating, playing the point guard role with the Giants? And obviously we're talking about your time specifically with Jacksonville University. Talk to me about how that role has kind of developed and where you look for inspiration.
Well, in the near future, I want to be able to be more of an efficient point guard, getting people shots in situations at the right time all the time. So, and I know over the course of the Giants season, I'll be able to kind of find more opportunities for my teammates. So, yeah, it's definitely a process though. When I came in, it was kind of hard for me to figure out the point guard position, coming from the combo 2 guard at JU, and the coaches are definitely helping me develop in that area though. Along with Maurice, he's definitely helped me a lot at the point guard position.
So I don't think we haven't really had a chance. Keith did spend some time with Maurice on the court in one game in Atlanta, I do believe you were saying, right?
Right.
Yeah, come on in. Got Gerard Tucker here. He'll be joining in the interview in just a couple of minutes, guys. But sitting here with Keith McDougald. And so you spent some time in Atlanta playing on the court with Maurice. Mm-hmm. Are we going to see you two spending more time on the court together as the season progresses here, especially at home in Jacksonville for the Giants?
Yeah, as the season progresses, I know Coach Hill will be able to tinker with lineups all the time. With the lineups that we have, we're all interchangeable. We can all do different things to help out the team. But yeah, the time that we had on the court in Atlanta, we definitely had a point swing at that point. Yeah, I think it was like an 8 to 10 point swing, and within like a 30-second time span, yeah, it was a couple steals.
Yeah, that's good.
It was fun.
That's a good box plus minus for the advanced stats nerds out there. Talk to me about how you play without the ball in your hand and how you can find yourself to be effective on the court. Obviously, you're the combo guard, and then usually combo guards tend to need the ball in their hand. But you're going to be spending a lot of time on the court with Maurice and other players on the Giants. And how can you find yourself to be an effective player without the ball in your hand?
Well, trying to be an effective player without the ball in my hand is kind of being at the right place or in the right spot at the right time. Like when somebody's driving baseline, get in the corner just to be a relief, or coming off the pick and pop, just be there on the pop. And also offensive rebounds, steals, like those are other ways to help out playing off the ball, not having the ball in your hand all the time. I mean, it's a team game, so you just have to find ways to just help out the team at the time. If one of the players shoot a three and it misses, and I'm on the opposite side, let me just go get his rebound and put it back for him. You know what I mean?
How about screening for the? Are you a big screener yourself?
I like setting screens.
A lot of people don't like taking those hits. That's the reason why I asked.
Yeah, I do like setting screens. It is, and charges as well. It definitely helps out the game. Causes disadvantages for the defense and advantages for the offense.
It's difficult for a lot of teams to guard the pick and roll when it's the screen, when it's a guard setting the screen for another guard. That seems to really trip them up a lot.
Right. That's true. Yeah, you're right about that.
So I see here that you were a McDougald All-American nominee in high school. Talk to me a little bit about that experience, how that came to be, and what you really learned from that situation.
Oh, well, yeah, Bishop Kenny High School, I came in as a starter my freshman year throughout all 4 years. So I was able to kind of understand the game at a young age, and my coach, Jed Buckley, he definitely helped me learn how to play the game the right way. And playing for a prestigious AAU team, Nike Team Florida, I was playing with the likes of Carl White. He just got called up to the Miami Heat. And they was able to be in front of the right eyes at the right time. And I was recognized as one of the best in the nation. I wish I would have got selected, but yeah, I was pretty content with being a nominee. It says a lot.
No, it's an honor for sure.
It is.
So, how does it feel to be able to represent JU, but here in Jacksonville, still on the Giants' court?
It feels good, playing in front of the city, playing in front of the same friends and family that I played in front of at JU, and at Bishop Kenny. So it's exciting to win for the city again.
So everybody that is a fan of Keith and his game, we have a game this Saturday at Jacksonville's Veterans Memorial. It's going to be your first home game for the Jacksonville Giants. Your first arena game for the Giants?
Yes, it is. I'm kind of used to those rims as well. That's where our home games were at when I was at JU, so I kind of did some damage on those courts a little bit.
Are the rims friendlier over there?
Yeah. I like the thing, especially for the dunkers on our team. Really friendly for the dunkers on our team.
So the Jacksonville Giants are known throughout the ABA for the huge local fan support, especially that we really have at these games, and thousands and thousands of people, upwards of close to 10,000 people show up to one of these arena games.
Right.
How do you deal with the nerves of playing in front of a crowd like that instead of maybe some of the more smaller areas?
Well,
smaller courts.
When you're in a larger crowd like that, it's kind of easier at times because the noise that is in those larger areas it's kind of a constant noise. When you're in a smaller area, you can hear like little distinct noises, little people saying this, that, and the other. So it's kind of a game within a game in the larger arenas.
And when the other team starts going on a run, and when you're playing on the road, how can you get the crowd out of the game?
Just finding a way to cut their rhythm. Just being disruptive on defense. If they keep on running the play to the right side, just cut the right side off, or take a charge, or get a rebound, or just little things, anything to cut their rhythm, anything, whatever it takes.
Now, speaking of being an inspiration to a lot of people here in the Jacksonville area, what advice would you give to youth growing up here in Jacksonville specifically that really want to learn to play basketball at the professional level, such as yourself?
I would say just when you're in the gym, just get 1% better every day. You don't have to go in there and work out for 4 or 5 hours, which is always good to, but just at least get 1% better every day in 100 days. What do you have? Plain and simple. Yeah.
So what do you think? A lot of kids now, there's been a lot of articles about it, a lot of coaches and everything. They're like, everyone just wants to be Steph Curry, just going and nailing those threes in practice and everything. And that's not always necessarily the best approach. As far as somebody starting out playing basketball, what kind of advice would you give them on really how to start the practice route?
Work on your defense. Work on your defense. Like that's the number one thing, because defense will always keep you on the court, and you can always be in the right spot on the court on offense to hit an open shot. So if anything, you don't want to be a liability on defense. You want the coach to have a reason to keep you out there. You want him to know that you can stop the ball, you can prevent them from getting a basket, you can be disruptive, and over time your game will grow and you will learn more offensively. You get more repetitions when you're out there on the court. You get 2 or 3 steals, that's 6 points right there if you lay the ball up. You know what I mean? So definitely defense.
Keith, if your shot isn't falling, and thankfully it was falling on Saturday for anybody that missed a game,
right.
60% from the field, how do you find a way to contribute on the court, even if your shot isn't falling?
Just any intangibles. Stopping the ball, deflections, getting rebounds, pushing the ball, finding the open man. Just anything that'll help the team move forward in an advantage. Anything.
Now, since you have such a history here in the Jacksonville area, obviously, Artis Gilmore, ABA legend, he's a current faculty member at Jacksonville University. Have you had an opportunity to meet him?
Yes. I've talked to him a few times. He's definitely gave me a few jewels about the game, on and off the court, that I definitely take and continue to learn from.
What does a bad game mean to you? What's a bad game? Is it when you aren't shooting particularly well? Is it when you don't get played maybe as many minutes as you'd like? When the team doesn't come away with the victory?
Bad game is when I'm on the court, the team doesn't have rhythm. The rhythm gets distorted in a way. When I come in the game, I just want to make sure that the energy and the rhythm is continuing to flow in the same direction it was when I was off the court. If not, even more. Try to raise the energy even more. I don't want to come in and kind of make turnovers or basically turnovers or fouling or stopping the ball or slowing the game, just anything like that. Just make sure I have the rhythm going in the same direction.
So you've had a long professional career. I think you were telling me before this started. 24?
24.
Yeah. So and I believe you said that you started playing when you were 10?
Yeah. I started playing when I was 10. That's when I picked the ball up.
Yeah, 14 years. This is your first time playing ABA basketball, is that correct?
Yeah, first time. Excited too.
The rules are a little bit different than the NBA. How have you adjusted to the ABA style of ball?
I mean, the rules are a little bit different, but it's not a drastic change in the game. It's just simple rules to the scoring system and just about ways where people can be at on the free throw line. Just certain things like that. And the rim thing, that's like a FIBA rule. Like you can touch the ball when it's on the rim. So not too far off from the NBA or the FIBA rules, but yeah, it's not a drastic change at all. It doesn't change the way the style of play is at all. Not a little bit.
Have you had a chance to really scout the opponents of the teams coming up? We're playing Fayetteville on Saturday, and now just joining the Giants mid-season. Do you have a lot of time to really prep for the upcoming opponent who you're going to be facing on the court specifically?
Coach does a good job of letting us know how the team would be if we do have any knowledge on them. But the main thing is not going out there competing against the other team. It's basically competing against ourselves, wanting to get better. Even if we're up 50 or 60, we continue to want to work on our game and do what we have to do so we can be ready for the playoffs and the top tier teams.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of being up 50 or 60, there was a point in Saturday's game that the Jacksonville Giants, they must have been up 50 points or something like that, and Keith's got some edge to his game, and he brought the ball up the court, and the point guard on the opposing team on the Blackhawks was really he was guarding you really tight, and you just did this between the legs move and then just stopped, and the other guy kind of broke his ankles a little bit, and all of this while the Giants are up 50 points in a game. And so talk to me a little bit about how you find a way to remain competitive even when it's that kind of a blowout.
Right. Well, when the score is like that, I just want to work on my game. Just work on what I can do to help the team in a tighter situation when we're up 3 or when we're down 1. What could I do to help benefit the team at the time? If we was down 1 and a guy was up on me like he was last night or 2 nights ago, I'm going behind the back, and I'm gonna stop on the dime again and get the ball to the next open man. Hey, it may be more oohs and ahs like it was that night.
It was mean.
Yeah, it was a pretty good move.
So what advice has a coach given you that you'll really, always remember throughout your professional career?
My high school coach, Jed Buckley, get 1% better every day.
All right, so that's it. You're telling the truth, because that's the advice you were given to younger kids as well.
Yeah, that's the advice that stuck with me ever since. Get 1% better every day, no matter what it is. 1% better.
Talk to me about the preparation for games. Do you prepare in any specific way that might be a little bit different than how some of your other teammates? And to add on to that, does your preparation on a road game change as opposed to a home game?
Well, when I prepare for a game, I like to do it mentally. And when I say that, I like to close my eyes and visualize the game already being played, or visualize the moves I'm going to make in certain situations. I know a lot of people prepare for games in a different way. I just think mine is kind of, some of the greats do that. Michael Jordan, before games, he would go in a corner, he would put a towel over his eyes for about 10, 15 minutes, and he would just visualize the game. And Kobe as well. So, I kind of try to do that as well, to kind of, prepare for the game. Whatever comes that way.
What's the best game you've ever played? The most, maybe not best, but the most memorable, the one that really always stuck with you?
Definitely the Florida game when we defeated Florida.
Are you talking about the Giants?
No, at
Jacksonville University.
Yeah. But the Giants is definitely the first game that I ever played with the Giants, because it was my first professional game, and just being able to say that I'm a professional now playing with the Giants is definitely it'll always be a hallmark in my memories.
So before we get you out of here, Keith, as we've been chatting for a half an hour or so now, and by the way, we have audio of an interview that we did on just the mic that we'll be posting later on in the week as well, if you want to check that out, with Keith. But anybody, you're going to be playing your first home game this Saturday for the Jacksonville Giants. Apart from your fans, but the other Jacksonville Giants fans that might not have had a chance to see you play in person before, compare yourself to an NBA player who you think you guys have a comparable game to.
Edge-wise, I would have to say Patrick Beverly. I would definitely say Patrick Beverly. Just does whatever the team needs him to do. If he needs him to hit open shot, he hit open shot. If you need him to get a stop, he'll buckle down and try and get a stop. Definitely Patrick Beverly. And working toward a little bit of Westbrook. I kind of want a little bit of Westbrook in my game. So that's what I like about the NBA basketball. I try to, just take a little parts of everybody's game and create a game of your own.
Yes or no, it was a crime that Russell Westbrook wasn't voted starter for the All-Star game.
Which is outrageous to me. I don't understand. I think he deserved that starting position. Leading the league in triple doubles. Steph's not having that All-Star starter season that he did the past 2 seasons. Kevin Durant's here. I really wanted him to get that starting nod, so he would not pass Kevin Durant the ball.
I mean, it was really our last chance, at least for another year anyway, to see the two of them on the court. And you got to really, a lot of people give Russell Westbrook a hard time, but when I was watching your game, in particular on Saturday, it kind of reminded me of Russell Westbrook, where you really want a player with a lot of energy who just wants to win. And I think that people can see that in your game when they watch you play.
Yeah, energy. That's what the game is about, bringing energy to whatever parts of the game needs to be. Whether it's a rebound, we're going to go get the rebound. Whether it's a loose ball, let's go get it. Whatever it is, just energy. Just bring a lot of energy to it. Because I want to make sure my energy is higher than the competition's energy is.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to watch you play this coming Saturday. So stick with us. We have an interview with team captain Gerard Tucker coming up next in just a few minutes. Obviously, this video you're watching now, make sure you share it. We're also going to be posting an audio interview that Keith and I did later on in the week as well. So have a wonderful day, Jacksonville, and we got another interview coming right up for you.